1:15, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Niranjan Abesundara. Tourism ministers say that people should not fear the opening of the country to foreign tourists. SLFP will be fully reorganized from next year. 61 tested exiting the Western Province found COVID-19 positive. 527 road accidents have been reported during the last week. Sri Pada pilgrimage begins today. In world news, enormous damage to U.S. security agencies by Trump. Mr. Prasanna Ranatunga said that people should not fear the opening of the country to foreign tourists. He said tourist arrivals will be carried out according to health guidelines. He made his remarks at a media briefing held at the Mattala airport premises yesterday. He said tourism industry was badly affected due to the corona pandemic and more than 3 million people are engaged in the tourism industry. Police spokesman DIG Aditya Rohan has said 39 people have been killed in fatal road accidents in the country within the 9 days from December 20th. He said total number of accidents during the period was around 527. During that period, 122 persons have been critically injured while 238 people have received minor injuries. He said police have launched special operations during the period to prevent such accidents taking place. Meanwhile, a total of 61 people exiting the Western Province have tested positive for COVID-19 infection following random rapid antigen tests. Police spokesman Aditya Rohan has said infected persons were identified from nearly 10,000 rapid antigen tests conducted from December 18th until 6 a.m. this morning. A total of 1,039 rapid antigen tests had been carried out yesterday, and 7 individuals have been identified having contracted the virus. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Sri Pada pilgrimage begins on Induwa full moon Poya day, which is today. Processions carrying the sacred casket of relics of the Buddha, sacred objects, and the statue of God Saman left the Sri Pada Raja Mahavihara in Galpattava, Galmadulla, following religious observances yesterday morning. The casket was placed at the Sri Pada Maduva at dawn today. Meanwhile, the Secretary of the Ratnapura has issued a series of health guidelines for Sri Pada pilgrims. The Secretary also requested the pilgrims to minimize their visits on weekends. Parliamentarian Imtiaz Bakir Raka points out that all communities of all nations and religions were living in unity from a long time. The history of more than 1,000 years was written on a basis of unity and reconciliation. But after some invasion in some areas, there were differences among the nations. He made his remarks at a religious function held in Beruwala today. And that ends local news for now.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
State Minister P.L. Nishanta says that Sri Lanka Pradhana Peramana is built with a strong foundation. He told the SLBC that the party has the strength to face any election to be held in future. State Minister Dumina Disanayaka said that SLFP will be fully reorganized from next year. The affiliate organizations to the party will also be reorganized. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And on to Watchlight, the commuters complained that the health guidelines provided by the Community Transport Authority of the Southern Province to the private bus employees are not implemented properly. Railway authorities should focus attention in this regard in view of the coronavirus pandemic. This was the attention of the chairman of the Community Transport Authority of the Southern Province. That came to you in Watchlight. On to world news. Enormous damage to the U.S. security agencies by Trump. South Africa's president announces new restrictions as COVID-19 cases soar. Daily coronavirus cases in the UK surged past 40,000. The U.S. President-elect Joe Biden has said agencies critical to U.S. security have suffered enormous damage at the hands of the Trump administration. Mr. Biden said his team was not getting the information it needed, including from the Department of Defense, as it makes its transition to power. He spoke after a briefing by national security and foreign policy aides. Mr. Biden takes office on 20th January. President Donald Trump has refused to accept defeat in November's election. President Cyril Ramaphosa has announced newer, tougher coronavirus restrictions a day after South Africa recorded more than 1 million COVID-19 cases. Indoor and outdoor gatherings will be banned and alcohol sales prohibited. Mr. Ramaphosa said the country was at an extremely dangerous point in the pandemic and action had to be taken. Recently, authorities confirmed a new, faster-spreading variant of the virus had been detected in South Africa. Some hospitals and medical care centers have reported a huge rise in admissions, putting a heavy strain on the resources. Daily coronavirus cases in Britain topped 40,000 for the first time yesterday as the new strain spreads across the country. On Saturday, the government expanded the area subject to tougher restrictions that were initially put in place for London and much of southeast England on December 20th. Across Britain, yesterday's total was 41,085. 36,511 confirmed in England accounts for 84% of the population, and this represents a jump of more than 10,000 from the previous day. The Office for National Statistics says infections have been spreading rapidly in the southeast since mid-December. And back to the headlines of the world news. Enormous damage to U.S. security agencies by Trump. South Africa's president announces new restrictions as COVID-19 cases soar. Daily coronavirus cases in the UK surged past 40,000. Development news. State Minister Nimal Lanza said the government has to develop 100,000 kilometers of roads to be completed during the next 4 years. Accordingly, development work on 12,000 rural roads has already commenced. On to sports news. The third day of the first test match between Sri Lanka and South Africa played at Centurion ended yesterday. In the second innings, the Sri Lanka team scored 65 runs for 2 wickets. Kushal Danith Pereira scored 33 runs. Dinesh Chandimal scored 21 not out. Sri Lanka team scored 396 all out in their first innings. South Africa scored 621 runs all out in their first innings. Today, the fourth day of the match. The match begins at 1:30 p.m. local time. That is sports news. On to business news. The National Savings Bank bagged prestigious awards for its annual report 2019 themed A Momentous Journey to the Future inspired by an unfolding digital era at various island-wide, regional and international award competitions, International ARC Awards Competition, CMA Excellence and Integrated Reporting Awards, and South Asian Federation of Accountants Best President Accounts Award. That was business news. Economic news, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
The chairman of the Lanka Phosphate Company, engineer Anil Ranasinghe, says that 49,000 tons of fertilizer has been produced since the month of January up to now. It is an increase of 1,000 tons when compared to last year. He also stated the selling of fertilizer has been increased by 1,500 tons this year. That is economic news.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And on to the weather report. Met Department says that several spells of showers will occur in the northern, eastern, north central, northwestern and Uva provinces and the Mathare and Kandy districts. Short thunderstorms shall occur at several places after 1 p.m. in Sabaragamu and western provinces and in Norelia, Gaul and Mathare districts. Fairly heavy falls, about 100 millimeters, can be expected at some places in these areas. And back to the headlines of the news. The tourism ministers say that people should not fear the opening of the country to foreign tourists. SLFP will be fully reorganized from next year. 61 tests at exiting the Western Province found COVID-19 positive. 527 road accidents have been reported during the last week. Sri Pilgrimage begins today. And in world news, enormous damage to U.S. security agencies by Trump. That and the news, and back to Asanka Veerasinghe to keep entertained this Tuesday afternoon. Over to you, Asanka.